Right, we're on Brad's Nose 2 in the party swim with Don, Derek, Ritchie, and we're about to get it on with a Don. Was that alright for you?
Yeah, man, let's get it on, baby.
No one does it like you, dude. Right, what's your favourite venue, Derek, and why?
Favourite venue has to be the Manor in Essex, because I had a really good time there. I met some really, really nice people there, and we just used to sit up all night doing things and drinking and all sorts, and it was fantastic. And we caught a lot of fish along the way.
It's a bonus, isn't it? As
Oh,
long as
yeah,
you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Right,
my favourite fish?
Yeah, your favourite capture?
My favourite capture had to be the amphibian after moving out of a swim, because I only used to fish a couple of nights a week. And what used to happen, I would get down there straight from work on a Wednesday night, fish Thursday, and then go back to work, straight back into work, and get washed and brushed up. And the amphibian, well, I think it come out about 12 times out of my swim after I left. Right, because I always used to put too much bait in. Yeah. And it's different if you're sitting there for 3 or 4 days. But yeah, you know, when I eventually caught it, there was a pub down the road called, what was it called? I can't remember what it was called now, but the Fat Slags was there. There was a bird with these big norks. Milky used to drive us down there. And what happened, a couple of guys to come and see me in the afternoon, and I peppered the air with a load of chopped baits, put 200, 300 chopped baits in and spread it all over the area. The 2 guys come down to see me, and I looked up and I see Milky come in the car park, and I went, aye, it's time for the pub. So the bloke went, but the amphibians just jumped out. I said, nah, that'll be there when I get back. So anyway, round in, went down the pub, went over the monkey, because you couldn't catch figgies out there if you didn't go down the pub.
Is it law?
Oh, it's law. It went law. The fish law. What happened? I used to go to work at the County Angling, and I'd drop in there, in and out all the time. And I could go down in the morning and go for a walk around the lake. And every swim where there wasn't a person, the fish was in it. And every swim where it was where the people were, you know, I was trying to get a bite out of it. But one morning I went down there and I saw fish in the edge. I put a swan shot on, flicked a bait out into them. It was in there about 5 minutes and the water cleared, and they just moved to the next swim. So they knew when they was getting fish for. But back to the moment of the amphibian, we'd been down to see the Fat Slags, done our bit in the pub, got back, and we was only using like little ounce and a half leads, and we bait up with the catapult all on margin, and then just put the rods in when we come back, or put the rods in. Right, and what happened on the night of the Annie, I put the rod out, fell for the drop, didn't feel the drop, so I thought I won't it back in and I'll do it again. Did it again, all night long. I was getting liners. 5 o'clock in the morning, way on a banger, woo, off it's gone, and I had to go out in the boat to go and get it. And when I see it come up, I was talking to it, I kept saying, please don't come off, stay on the hook, please don't come off. And that was it was in the net, and it was quite emotional, because I took 12 different people onto the lake, and the members used to hate it, because when I brought the guests down, they catch the amphibian. Sam Bodsko, right, he came down the lake. He was on there 2.5 hours when he caught it. His boy Raoul, he had it in 24 hours. I drove all the way back from France with the boy, and all he kept on was, I said, look, we'll have one night on the Manor. If you want to catch the amphibian, we'll catch it from this swim. And we got there, and as I put the headlights over the lake, I could see all the fish washing everywhere. Right, so we got set up, and I said to him, are you sure you want to catch the amphibian? He goes, yes. I said, well, in there, we'll put a bag on, we'll put it out. There's like a the shadow of a big oak tree, and you had to look, hit it right on there. It's about 18 foot of water. Anyway, he puts it out 4 o'clock in the morning. Boom, boom, shake the room. Down, the boat. And we went out, and then he had it. So it was such a lovely fish. Yeah. Shame it's dead now, but you have to find new ones.
Just to find new ones. Right, talking about new ones, have you got any targets or venues coming up?
But I'm doing a bit of hey on the monk pit, and I go back to the rise, because the rise now has got quite a few bigger fish now. Yeah. It's been doing a bit of fishery management on there, and this year they had 5 new 40s in there. Yeah, so with a bit of luck in this next year or so, they're going to start building new fish. Yeah,
more targets as well. Do you have a rig that you use all the time, or do you obviously like chop and change the situation?
Depends where you are. Here today I'm just using a single grain of corn with a bag and a load of spod bits. When I go up to monkeys, I fish up there, mainly a broiler approach up there. I've been looking at some of the captures on there, and when you're putting out lots and lots of hemp and pellet and all that, it seems to attract the smaller fish. Yeah. You know, like I've found a nice little spot on there, and if I can get somewhere near that spot, then I've had 3 takes off of it, and they've all been 30s. You know what I mean? The other week I caught a 41 earlier on when I was on there, and that was before I went to hospital. That's what happened that day. I caught that fish, and I caught a 29 straight afterwards, and then 2 o'clock in the morning I had trouble with gallstones, and I ended up at the hospital, and then a few weeks later I had the gallbladder taken away.
Yeah, that may hurt, don't they then?
So I had to lay up for a bit. I caught a 41 and a half, well, I caught a 37 the other day, and it was the same fish. He likes the hybrid broilie, and he likes the don. But you don't know.
Everyone likes the don.
When you go fishing, or when I go fishing, like here and there, it's Don Steiner, right? And the punters have to come in, and I don't like it when they come in and they don't pay. They have to pay. When they venture in there, I'm not giving them feeding them, and they're going to run off without paying the bill. So Don Steiner is now open. Right, what's next?
Next one. If you could choose your ideal venue and stock, what would it be? What would you have? What sort of fish? What sort of venue would it be?
I'd like monsters in it.
Monsters.
You know, when we was on the Manor, there was a lot of clay in the beginning, and your boots used to get big. So I called the Manor Dollop City, because there was all big fish in there. So we could have Dollop City too. Alright. I would have a lake with probably average depth of 8 foot, probably, I don't know, 15-20 acres is a good size for a lake. Put a 100 fish in there. Have to be British, of course.
Yeah.
It's good to be British, you know. Alright, yeah.
Scalies?
I'd have a few scalies, but the trouble is with the scalies, they take so long to grow, don't they? You know what I mean? That's where Simmos, you know, a lot of people go, Simmos, but, you know, what gets me is, when you see some of the people that are out there, and they're going, keep it real, you know what I mean, it's got to be English. You get someone like Mark Simmons come along, make some English fish, and they go, oh, I don't like them. You know what I mean? Carp hangers are not happy unless they're moaning about something.
You know that. Right, so Dom, you go for a 48-hour session somewhere and you're a bit hungry. What are you going to buy? You got a tenner?
I've got a tenner.
Yeah, what you got?
A tenner.
It won't last me 2 minutes, but...
Tenner, bloody hell, fire. Well, I'd have to have it muesli for my breakfast, because I haven't stomach pain. And if you go to Aldi's, it's only £1.78 in there.
Yeah, you're an then.
Yeah, but the only trouble is, if you're eating that, Jesus Christ, it'll blow your arse off. Anyway, well, I wouldn't take sweets. I'd probably just take a little bit of chicken and stuff and wrestle something up on the bank. You know
Make
what I
the
mean?
best of it.
Yeah, well, I don't have a fried breakfast. I just do what I do.
Yeah.
So I reckon, you know what I mean, there wouldn't be no munching material. Chocolate's not good for you, is it? Remember that, kids. Chocolate's not good for you. Right.
What's the funniest? This is going to be a really long list. What's the funniest thing you've ever seen one on the bank?
Funniest thing, apart from a bloke and a bird shagging each other. Oh, you know what I mean? Funniest thing. Well, have you heard of a guy called Jim Foster? Right, Jim Foster was the editor of Total Park, and he's now overruling everything at the Asian Times. What happened? The funniest thing of this, my mate Mr. Willis, who's a cockney and he's a proper nutter. I spent so many hours with him. It's like he's really good company. What we did was, his boy went out to Spain and he got this massive great big blow up crocodile, and he tried to catch me out with it. What it was, I went up the fiddle and I saw it in the bushes and I went, what are you doing with that bloody crocodile? Alright, so anyway, what's happened, I was sitting there with Mr. Willis, and Jim's gone to bed, he's got a bit of a lager head, and I said, right, here we go. Now, 1:30 in the morning, I walked up to his rods, I said, I'll get it off the rest of that noise, put my hand underneath, went like this, bit his wig off and tied the crocodile on. So I took it down to the middle set of pads, dropped it in the pad and run his line back to his rod, and we were sitting there, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden we see him come running out and run down the bank, pick up the rod, alright, and hit it, and there's his crocodile on there. The wind blew it out of the pads, but the best bit about it was, he put the rig back on and he caught 2 fish straight afterwards. And he said if I hadn't put the crocodile in there, he might not have caught them. And I said to him, if I'd put the crocodile in there, you might have caught more.
Should have been your fish then. What's the worst thing you've seen on the bank?
Worst thing I've seen on the bank? What, in accidents?
Yeah. Or even just like Lee was saying, just fish mishandling and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, you know, there's enough videos out there for people to, you know what I mean, to learn how to do it. It's just, I think sometimes you get people and they're frightened of the fish.
Yeah.
You know, like if you notice when you catch big fish, right, sometimes they break you up, but normally if you just touch them and get everything right, when you pick them up they're not wiggling about and they just go boom, boom, take pictures and back they go.
Yeah.
Worst thing I saw was, one of the worst things, I'm trying to think of where I was now, where was I? I'm trying to think which, I've never seen the moment. Where was I? Oh, it was over the walk park. I went over the walk park and I went into the flagpole, and somebody who'd been there before had been crapping in the bushes right behind the swing. Right. That is one of the, you know what I mean?
Minging, isn't it?
Yeah. And it was only, well, I went and see him and I said to him, there's loads of toilet paper in this, and there's a toilet right behind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it's, what's it done? One of the things that I do find is that people make lots of noise on the road. That's good, though.
It was good, though. You were funny.
Well,
if you could change one thing in your fishing past, what would it be? What would it be, and also why would you change it?
Well, I think one of the things that I would have done is I used to be a carpet fitter, and I was fitting 200 yards of carpet a day, and it was hard work, right? And what happened, in the end I had to stop because I kept doing the back in and the knees weren't all the ticket. And what happened, I went in and started, I was a manager at Olympus Outlaw World in a fishing tackle shop. And then I moved to County Angling and then on to Brentford Angling. And I think I would have not done the carpet fitting and just gone straight into running a tackle shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although it's a pain in the head and it's, you know, you've just got to stand there from 8 in the morning till 6 at night or whatever. But I think that's, I would have gone more into the fishing.
Yeah. I mean, money costs money in it.
I love the original Deep House version of I Got You by Big Demont and Jax Jones. But
have you got any fishing
W&W made a big festival release of I Got You.
When I was
Henry Ford and Dallas K with Blackmail. Time for one more tune. And this one is also on my new album, A Town Called Paradise. I teamed up together with my buddy Hartwell and Matthew Coma. This is Written in Reverse.
My biggest hero, I think, at the time was Rod Hutchinson.
Yeah.
It had to be Rod, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, I liked when Rob Mayland come to the forefront in the 90s. And like, when he brought out his book Tiger Bay, that was a bit of me, down the pub, down the disco, back to the light, down the pub, down the disco, back to the light, you know?
Oh, you must have a pack of time. Do you know, obviously there's been changes in the carp world over recent years, longer than that. Are they for the better or for the worse, do you think?
I don't think there's anything you can do about it. People are going to learn more things, do more things. When you look at how all the youngsters are coming through now, all the old ones, they just put them in the cupboard and shut the door, don't they? Nah, but it's, I think, you know, when you're meeting people on the banks and you're at charity events like this, everyone's having a great time, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think change-wise, it's only going to get better, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's certain things, I mean, yeah, there's a few, you know what I mean, too many people.
Too many people, but then, if there's so many people, you've got to be one step ahead of it. Yeah. You know, for the fishing. In 100 years' time, everyone in the world will be fishing for carp. I was talking last night to Mr. Spom, and he was telling me he's sending his spoms to 35 different countries. You know what I mean? So carp fishing is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
When you see how carp fishing's done, though, you can see why I can't, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, when he was younger, everything was yeah. But now, it's all out there, isn't it? You've got different companies out there, you know. They're telling you how to do it.
Yeah. We already know the answer to this question. What's your Bankside entertainment? You love your music.
Yes, I do. When I was 60, 3 years ago, I went to Ibiza to see Tiesto, and I was there with 12,000 ravens.
What annoys you the most on the bank?
Annoys me? I don't really get annoyed. I go fishing to be happy.
Too easy going.
But what I don't like is all the backstabbing and everything else that goes on. What's his name? I was sitting with Kev Knight once, and I said to him, this was quite a few years ago, I said, I just get so annoyed or pissed off, should I say, with people, you know, like stabbing me in the back. As soon as you go onto a lake, because you're a named person, alright, they're trying to pick fault with you all the time. Yeah. And I've spoken to a few carp anglers who sort of high profile carp anglers, and it's always the same. If you do anything good, right, and all they want to do is find ways of saying, you know, oh, he did this, he did this,
get you off the water.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
It's not good.
Don't have that myself, but there you go. These ones are quick fire, as quick as you can, obviously.
Right.
Best film?
Breaking Bad.
Alright. Best book?
Best book? Tiger Bay.
Best radio station?
Kiss FM.
Yeah. Football or rugby?
Football.
What music you into?
I can't work that out. A bit of Kylie, don't you?
Oh, you were playing Kylie yesterday. Bivvy or a brolly?
Brolly in the summer, Bivvy in the winter.
Bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
Sweet corn or maggot?
That was my collaboration with Hartwell and Matthew Coma. Written in reverse.
Yeah?
And that only was
Gallons of them!
podcast. Till next week.
Bream or catfish?
They both slimy.
Yeah.
Stinky things. It'd have to be a catfish.
Biscuits or crisps?
I'm a peat savoury person. Well, I like food like it.
Finally, what is the best piece of fishing advice you can give? I'm writing all this down, so I know all this.
Right, on the advice, I would say watercraft is your biggest thing. You've got to think watercraft, you know, like here where we're stuck here. Yeah. This is where, but like, if there was an opening on the lake, I think you just watch and see where the fish are and try and get on them.
Walk round.
I think that's the biggest problem. It's like the question you asked before about too many people on the lake. There's times when I want to move, and there's times when you can't move. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you just have to make the best of it. I wouldn't get too baffled in rigs and all this, because it's, you know, like a fish is a fish. You know what I mean? You know, you get people like some time ago there was a trend, oh yeah, you got to use hooks, that's our go-to. Come down and they go, I'm not going to eat that. Like if we took that in the nose, how was I catching the fish 30 years ago? Yeah. You know what I mean? I had a shiny up there. It's, I think in fishing there's a lot of sort of imagery. Yeah. Right. I see people using different things, but I think what advice? Just keep going. Yeah. Just keep going. One of the questions that I've got asked quite a lot by different people is,
you've been listening to Club Life with Tiesto. For a full track listing of tonight's show, check out Tiesto.com.
Sometimes you go down there, right, but nothing's happening. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're sitting in a massive high pressure, you know, they go, oh, last week I was here. Well, last week I was there, it's a different moon, it's different living. And then they start to doubt their boat. Pick a good boat company and stay with it.
Tiesto returns with another episode of Club Life. Yeah. Same time, same place, next week.
But I know some
thanks for listening. See you next week.
Over on St. John's. I know was using
You're not telling, no.
I'm not telling you no, but I know they were. Alright, because you couldn't get by unless you put the salon in there. It's like here, you got plastic fantastic in here. Oh, here we go. My life is Club Life.
It's the world we belong to.
Well, listen.
It's more than just a party. It's a way of life. It's about belonging to something
that transcends age, race,
color,
or creed.
Club Life is a global community.
Yeah,
it's right.
A place where you can be free to express yourself.
My life is Club Life.
He's been the Don.
This
Cheers for that nice one.
Thank you. Take care.